Yo, what is going on, my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. So we're going to cover the stream stuff, finishing up that real quick with a couple of ninja fixes that are going to come out soon, as well as a little better look at the Aura interface. So let's get into it. Alright guys, before we get into the Aura interface, I want to quickly touch on some brief stuff that the Ninja team is working on. So let's get into it. First up, as you see on screen, you probably noticed already, we voted on this, I think last month, and that is so the Wisps for Divination now match the same color as the corresponding energies and the energy icons in your inventory. So the overworld wisps will now match all the colors. All of them have been color changed. So you just saw the incandescent location with the purple, and over here we have the luminous with that orange. Kind of blends in with the sand, and take with it what you will. I don't know. I like that they do follow the color of the energies now. It makes more sense thematically in my opinion, but those luminous wisps definitely do blend in a lot more with the sand now. Next thing, it's very brief and doesn't really affect much of the gameplay, to be quite honest, but in the Beasts interface that you could find on your ribbon now has a neat little tool added to it. Basically now when you mouse over the picture of the boss in that tab, it'll now rotate the boss slowly around so you can see the whole boss front and back. Doesn't really change much about the game, it just makes that interface a little more cool, I guess, and you can see the other sides of bosses should you choose to do so. So that's just a quick mouse over and it rotates. Nothing too fancy there. And the last quick ninja fix has to do with player-owned ports. So if you're here in this interface right here, the ship editor interface for player-owned ports, it will now show in each of those bubbles that let you change out your ship parts. It now simply shows the active ship parts that you're currently using on your ship right there, instead of just having generic names of those ship locations like they do currently in the game. So a brief look at this page and you'd be able to see exactly what your ship has on it. Alright guys, that's it for the quick ninja teases. Let's jump into the Aura interface. So since I have already talked about the Aura interface in a previous video, I'm not going to go into major detail to reiterate things I've already talked about, but we're going to cover some new things that were revealed with the stream. So first and foremost, the Aura button to access your new auras through the Aura interface is situated at the bottom of the Worn Equipment interface right next to the tool belt as you see on screen. Now all of your auras are going to be accessed here, and they're not going to be items anymore in your bank or your inventory. This window is actually usable during combat, so you can see it, the window doesn't actually close as he's running, just to illustrate that. And this is going to be where you're activating your auras, so it's really important that they kept that functionality. Some of you are probably wondering what happens to the aura slot. So it's still actually going to be there, and it's going to display the current aura you have active when you activate an aura through this window. So that's why it's still going to remain there. Essentially, still works pretty identical for the most part. Another new thing since my previous video on the topic, the favorite button is now a star near the top right of the window. So if you have any auras that you want to favorite, hit that star icon and it's now added to your list of favorites. Also in this interface, you can easily see under the name of the aura, it tells you the status of that aura, whether it's currently active or if it's ready to use, or if it has any time remaining still till it's able to be used and what time that is. And finally, the last thing I want to touch on is the gear in the top right that will let you access a couple of settings. Now currently in this build there's only two changeable settings at your disposal, and the first is list mode. I talked about this previously in my previous video, but now you see it here in the flesh. List mode and what it looks like, so you can easily see your auras by name and not have to focus on remembering the icons of each aura. The second changeable setting is a remove warnings message. So when you toggle this, you'll no longer get that message that says, are you sure you want to remove the aura? You currently have one active, etc. That message will no longer show up, and you can quickly switch auras on the fly without having to worry about that if you toggle this setting. So yeah guys, that pretty much wraps up all of the stream's content, so I hope you enjoyed it all. That is it for the video guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I am out. Peace.